This segment sponsored by GBMC Healthcare.
Now, just about everyone has tried 1 or 5. We're talking about diets. But how many people actually stay committed?
So true. So today, registered nurse and dietitian Jana Wolff from GBMC is here to give us some diet tips, break down the myths, and help us stay on track. Good morning. We have a lot of questions for you.
We do. Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. So when we think about healthy foods, there are some that really aren't so healthy. How do we know which ones they are?
Well, we get tricked a lot by the marketing on fronts of boxes and packaged foods, and we often walk in and out of the aisles looking for things that might shout out to us as healthy.
Right.
There's a couple of things right off the top of my head that I see my patients going after, such as like unsweetened fruit juice. It's pretty much the same as soda. And those smoothies that you see, like the naked smoothies, that's pretty much just packed with fruit juices and extra sugar. So you don't need that either. Might as well just stick to the regular old piece of fruit. And I compare it to like 1 glass of orange juice is about 5 to 9 oranges squeezed. So would you ever sit down and eat 5 to 9 oranges?
Right.
No. It's just about 1. So another thing is like cereals, granola. You know, that can be fiber packed and, you know, low fat, but it could be also filled with sugar as well. Yogurts as well. It's you really want to just look for the things that are lowest in sugar and the least processed if possible.
And what about too, like those are things that we can look up and we can see the calorie count for those, but I feel like sometimes even when you go to order salads, like you're out and about and you think that it's healthy and it's not. What are some little items that we can look for that are not healthy?
Yeah, so I like to look at salads in general because a lot of people go for salads when they just want something a little bit more fresher, healthier, and lighter. And what you want to do is get the non-starchy veggies mostly on top of the salad, plus a lean protein like chicken or grilled fish. You don't want really fried and battered chicken or something like that. So, you know, sometimes we go for like the cheeses and the bacon and the nuts, and all of those things add up in calories very quickly. Nuts specifically, I see a lot of people going for, you know, almonds, cashews, peanuts, peanut butter. All of these things are great, and they have good, healthy fats in them, but only in very small amounts. So a serving size of nuts is about 1/4 of a cup. And if you look at what 1/4 of a cup looks like, it's usually less than what you're eating. So we underestimate how many calories we're eating often.
Okay, and so what about gluten-free? Is that actually higher in carbs?
So gluten-free is pretty much the same in carbs as regular foods that aren't gluten-free. Gluten is just a type of protein that is taken out of gluten-free products. And sometimes if someone's gluten intolerant or has celiac disease, those things don't settle well in the stomach. But when you see something that's gluten-free, like cereals, cookies, crackers, things like that, they use rice flour, corn flour, tapioca flour, cassava flour. These all have high carbs. So it's just a replacement for your regular wheat flour.
What about fats? Because we know like fats in desserts, yeah, they're bad for you. But what about all fats? I mean, they're not all bad.
Avocado?
All fats in general are okay, just in small amounts. There are fats that are shown in studies to be better for our health, like, yes, like you said, avocado, olive oils, nuts, seeds, salmon, things like that. But I always talk about the avocado. You know, it's small, but the whole thing is about 325 calories.
What?
So about 1/4 would be a great serving, you know, to throw on top of a salad or alongside a piece of chicken. And then the same thing with the nuts. Peanut butter, 2 level tablespoons, you know, and that's about 200 calories right there. So it does add up over time. When the marketing says it's healthy, still stick to the serving size. And the serving size is always found right on the nutrition label, right at the top. It's one of the first things that you see.
Okay, and so protein. So we talked about that, and we were talking about sugar, protein, and everything else. How much protein should we actually eat?
Yeah, in general, everyone might have a different protein gram number, you know, based on your gender, your activity level, your height, your weight. And my recommendation is to always see a dietitian. They'll give you an average of how many grams of protein you should be having per day based on your goals. And but good sources of protein are the leaner sources, and protein's great because it keeps you full longer. You know, a lot of people skip out on the protein, but the good sources of protein are like, you know, your turkey, chicken, shrimp, fish, low-fat dairy, eggs, tofu
all the
tempeh.
things that we know, but I guess we always want to say, well, this has some, but maybe not.
And I think we forget a lot about how we eat as well. A lot of people skip meals, or they do this all or nothing thing where, you know, they're either all on a diet or nothing at all.
Right.
Why can't we meet ourselves somewhere in the middle and just, you know, pay attention to our hunger cues, eat throughout the day so we can keep our blood sugar level and we're not starving to death when we get to our next meal? Might as well keep it simple.
I love the idea.
Yeah, right, I love you. You come back anytime.
Yes. If not, we'll come and see you at GBMC.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, up next, we'll find out what